It's dark outside. It's really dark. It's the morning, and the war machine is on the move. Is on the march. The United States of America. What's happening there with this fiscal debt cliff thing? And now they're going to. Do you want me to explain? Do you want my tuppence? Do you want to know what's inside my nut? Is this a controlled demolition? Is this what happened the first time with the recession and the ideological austerity? Are they gonna? Is this what it's about? Is America can't pay its like if you was the first one? Was it about look what happened in Greece and Ireland and Portugal grabbing their money? What's happening in Britain through privatization? Was it an asset? Did they want to? Is that what it's about? About banks cleaning up on the just what are they doing? What are they doing? They're there, they're saying yes, no. The whole world waits. Is it going to happen? Will it bring down? The global economy depends on the war machine. America, the United States of America is the war machine. It spends a third of its money on arms, on military, on wars. Without debt, destruction and death, the global economy will collapse. When those countries, Greece, Cyprus, Portugal, Ireland, when they can't pay back their debt, because the debts, the repayments are too big, and they have to pay for social security, they have to pay for hospitals and education. When they can't pay back their debt, that's because their money has physically run out, and they have to go and get more, and the banks load them with more, and they've already paid back their debt 10 times over, and they still got to pay more, because that's the world. That's Goldman Sachs. That's Deutsche Bank. The first big recession when the Lehman Brothers and around 2007, 2008 was because banks like Deutsche Bank that are sponsoring the fucking Frieze Art Fair, banks like Deutsche Bank put together loads of CDOs, which was mortgages, which people couldn't pay back because the banks gave them mortgages, and they put them into big packages and sent them around the world. And that's where everything started collapsing. Now, if Greece, Ireland, Portugal, if they and Cyprus, if they can't pay back their debt, they go and get more debt. It's because they physically run out of money. They have no more money. If America runs out of debt, if America can't pay back, it just prints more. And that's what they do here in Britain. They just print more. You see, what's happening? What's happening over there now? Seems like another controlled demolition about bringing down like China and like if America can't pay back its debt now, the first thing that goes is its social security, its welfare. It won't pay that. Stop paying the museums and that. Next thing, social security and welfare. The last thing that will go will be the payback to the banks. Will be paying back bankers' debt. That is the last thing that goes. They will always pay back. They will continue to collect taxes, and they will pay the banks. But people like Max Kaiser said, people are in the way. People are in the way. Those people on welfare, social security, out. Nothing. Nada. Nish. Go down and starve. Start begging on the streets. And in Britain, what we got right now with this Chancellor of the fucking Exchequer who's just handed all these mates loads of money with the Royal Mail. What he's up to? He's up to like we've got a housing boom. We have right now got the highest house prices ever in our history. Gone through the fucking roof. Past 2008. Bank of England is saying, whoa, 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 because it's gonna go boom. It's gonna go fucking boom. And that will bring in more privatization, that will bring in more recession, that will bring in more austerity, more shutting down of public services, more shutting down of libraries, of centres, of fire stations, of hospitals. That's what they want. That's what they want. Because they know now there was hardly any ructions. There's no ructions in America. They had Occupy, but they gassed them. Moved them off of the street. In Britain, same thing. There's no one out on the streets. They have a protest. They want to ban the government. Moy Green from the post office is saying that the government should ban the postal strikes. They should ban them because they have the authority. They have the police. The police are fucking. They don't give a fuck. They're out shooting people dead, and then they're lying in court. Then they've got other people going on about fucking. Plebgate. It's all shit. It's just shit. Their whole agenda is working to plan, and they know that they all they have to do, like in America, is just squeeze the ratchets on people's cojones, and they start fretting. You know, they got people on fucking Question Time. You got energy prices that they're £7 billion in dividends, energy prices going up, and there's people in the audience defending them because they got Bart's mythologies inside their nut. They're thinking about, yeah, but the lights will go out. What about if Labour in 1970? That's what they think like. They don't think like they want to stick up. That these people are robbing them blind. They're sticking up for them because they're so inured in the system that they're scared. And the people in power, the Americans, and they know about the dollar and they know about the threats and what that can have around the world. And you kind of think it's one big massive. This is all big, one big agenda to bring in everyone in the world, to show people who's in power, to show people what will happen. They will start a fucking war. They will go to fucking war. You know, and as long as all you're looking for is your food, your fucking food bank, your clothes, your kids, your thing, you can't stick up against. You can't stick up. No, who can stand against them? They have the media, they have the police, they have the banks, they have the judiciary. They make the fucking laws, and they're the government. And then it comes round and round again. They're talking about prejudice, about things like this, and you get embroiled in that. And sport and TV is God. You ain't even fucking concentrating. The whole thing that's happening in America has one big effect on all the world, and they can see that all the institutions, like the top 100 companies in England, is controlled by banks and things from America, from the Middle East, from China. You know, they're all the same people. The same people own the same. And everyone say, yeah, it's tied to your pensions and things like that. Pensions are being, you can't have a fucking, you should pay your pension in, you should get back the money that you paid in. They shouldn't be gambling on the Royal Mail, on other people's jobs. Workers shouldn't be feeding off other workers. You shouldn't be giving, they shouldn't be allowed to use your pension to push through privatisation. You shouldn't be profiting from other people's misery, from other people's pain, from other people's loss of livelihoods. How is that right? How is that right? Well, that's the society that we've done, that we've created. The City of London, the city corruption, bankers, untouchable, above the law. You know, set around a fucking hairy goat-legged fucker who sits on a throne. You know, people will die, people will suffer this year through fuel poverty. There's children starving in England, in Britain. You know, and around the world through the war machine, through. See, the thing is, GDP isn't what's, you know, it's not about. It's not about greed. It's not about more. That's not what's good for the economy. What's good for the economy is what's better, not what's more. Not the biggest GDP. That's wrong. That's the mentality of bankers. We should be looking at how we can make our society better, not how we can produce more products, more shit. Because what happens in that chain is the workers, the poorest people, they end up suffering, they end up getting exploited. The biggest gangmasters aren't fucking agricultural workers getting immigrants from Lithuania in Norfolk. The biggest gangmasters are Tesco's. The biggest gangmasters are the fucking large corporations that employ hundreds of thousands of people on no contracts, on no pensions, no wages, no nothing. For free. It's called the government. Workfare. You know, 1 million youth unemployed. Where's this all going to end?